Aloha, everyone. Welcome. And yes, we are live. We are going. And yes, the dogs want their treats. So we've got a new story for you guys tonight. And here we go. Dogs. Yes, of course. You guys want treats. There, you can get this. Here we go. Let's try that one again now that the dogs are bugging me like crazy.
Aloha and welcome to the Lokomai life.
Never let your dog sit by your mouse hand. Because I'm trying to hit the video clip and the dog's and hitting on my hand and my hand's going, okay, yeah. Anyhow, welcome everyone. They got their treats. That will keep them quiet for 5 minutes. But after that, I got more treats set up, so we should be good. So, oh my gosh, KK, they're driving me crazy. It's like they know they're so quiet all day. The whole time I'm in other people's lives, I'm working on stuff, okay, doing research, all that. Not a peep out of them. But the moment I say hello or aloha, it's like they know the word aloha. Yeah, they figured me out. They figured me out. They had me trained and all that. So welcome, guys. I hope all you guys had an amazing Monday as we get back into the work week. Hey, Siren. Thanks for being first in chat today. And congratulations. I know Siren, just so everyone knows, hit his 1,000 subscribers today. He is working on some other stuff, but he is really, I've been enjoying his live so far. Keep it up, my dear. Everyone else, KK made it. Yes, and Sleuth Mom. Ooh, Sleuth Mom's got 2 different names in there now. Hey. Sleuth Mom had a great live earlier today on Harmony. We talked about a couple other things going on out there. Really, for those of you, definitely check out Sleuth Mom because she's really another one who's out there putting the word out, being a voice for these kids, being a voice for these adults, people who need to have their story told. She's there. So, Karen, welcome, my dear. Karen Lee, welcome. And Think Dragon made it. Hey, Think Dragon. Welcome, my dear. That's another fun channel I love to hang out on, by the way. And also, let's see, is that everyone? Yes, that is everyone who's in chat for right now. For those of you who are lurking, aloha, gang. And also, Jelly Bear made it. Hey, Jelly Bear, how you doing, my dear? And I always love Jelly Bear's name. I don't know why. I've always liked that name for some reason. So I wanted to thank you guys. I've got a slightly different story for tonight. This is someone who has gone missing, and there have been movement in the case. They've arrested someone, all that. However, she's getting no traction, and she needs to have her story told badly. Okay, there is no reason why every one of you do not know this person's name. Okay, Gadaline, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, but Gadaline Tate, hello, my dear, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Jelly Bear's had the name for a long time. See, that's how I'm the same way with Lokomai. It's been there for quite a while. And let's start this off this way. Put a 1 in chat if you have heard Ariel Smith's name. If you have never heard of Ariel, put a 2 in chat. I'd like to see, because I did pronounce it right. That's good to know. Oh my God. I'm always scared I'm going to mispronounce people's name. Evelyn, how you doing? And JLK's in there. Okay. So we got a little bit of both. JLK's a 1. We've got a couple. Okay. Gadaline is a 1, couple 2s in there. And I'm hoping in the next week or so, those 2s are going to get less and less because maybe we'll get some more people to share out this person because we need to find her. So let me start off. Ahrea'l Smith. Ariel is 28 years old. She went missing, literally 5 days ago, something like that, from Heathsville, Virginia. She's 5'8", 170 pounds. She has black hair which does, from what the reports say, she does wear a black wig. I've seen, and as you see some of these other pictures, you're going to see a lot of different varying hairstyles. And it's good to see because you can kind of get an idea of who she looks like looking at her face. Okay, so you can kind of get that hazel eyes, gorgeous hazel eyes. This girl's eyes are just amazing. There's always something that pulls me in with every one of these stories, and her eyes just do it for me. I mean, they're just gorgeous. She has multiple tattoos, including a rose that goes up her right thigh, and was last seen wearing black Nike hoodie, blue jeans, and brown Ugg boots. And I've got the phone number there for Northumberland County Sheriff's Office. So if anyone has any information, maybe you saw her over the 12th, 13th, or anytime since then. She is beautiful, fat baby Toodles. She is absolutely gorgeous. And again, just a reminder, what I have written there, we are these people's voices. A lot of times we focus on younger children here. And like I was saying to Moms for Missing earlier, children have a voice, but often a child's voice is soft. We can be that loud voice. We can be that voice that can scream and yell and make sure it's heard. Not rude. Okay, I know there's issues out there right now with some people who are being a rude voice. We are not a rude voice. We are a voice for the children and the young adults and the adults that are missing who need their story told. And we will not back down until their stories are told. So together we are. I will start off saying what I do every week. We have these thumbnails. The thumbnail for this video is something that is easy to screenshot. Just do a quick screenshot of it. You don't need to say, Robbie loves to yell, that's true. And you don't need to say where it's from or anything like that. Just share the thumbnail. Share the information. Share her picture. Share the information about her. Let people know what she was wearing, that she has that rose tattoo. Put it out, because one of the things we've discovered, and those of you who are used to coming here have heard me say this over and over and over, okay, when we find people, a lot of times we find them in a state other than where they disappeared. So it's important not to just say, oh, I'm not in Virginia, it doesn't matter. Oh, hell yeah, it does. Because guess what? Many times these people are found in other states completely. Gadeline, I don't know her personally, but I know her family. I've been praying, and that's what gets me. I've talked to, and we're going to get into her whole story here very soon. When I started this, a lot of you guys have been following. This is new, this whole channel. It truly was, I just wanted the people who were not Gabby, the people who were not Summer to have a voice. Because I was so happy they had a voice and their stories were being told. But I also knew there were thousands and thousands of people who had no voice. No one knew them, and they deserve to be known. Every single person who's missing right now deserves to have someone who knows who they are. People who are looking out for them. People who are out there, even if they're in another state, thousands of miles away, going there and saying, okay, we're going to make sure that people know about this person. And then I started doing this, and I realized very quickly, every one of these people, they've got a story beyond that. They've got family that love them. They've got, it just, I'll hear from family members at times. Sleuth Mom has this also. And you realize very quickly, these are people who have stories. Their whole life is a story. It's not just what has happened since they disappeared. They have a whole life. People that they have interacted with, and they have touched their hearts. And they need to be back with those people. And also, Living Like Phoenix. Welcome, my dear Amber. Many people know our Living Like Phoenix. She just changed her name from the Phoenix Project to Living Like Phoenix. So definitely check her out. Is it going in and out from quiet? Okay, thank you, Robbie. Let me try to do this. Let me move my microphone a little closer. Let me know if something doesn't work right. Thank you. Okay, let's see if this works better. Let me know, Robbie, if it does or doesn't. Let me move my phone a little bit. I'm trying to feed pups treats. So, do you have a setting in StreamYard so that I blocks out noise? I do not. Let me check my settings real quick and see if that's what it was. It was wonky for a few seconds. Let me see what my things. You know what? I'm gonna unget rid of. Let's see. Let me know if that's any better or if it's worse. I just changed some settings. I've always had them set that way, but just in case we have them set up that way. Let me know if anything changes. Internet has been wonky all day. I swear, Mercury in retrograde is definitely affecting our computers. That's all I have to say about it. Okay. So, Ariel, going through 2 stories about her story, who she is, okay, what happened to her. Okay, Ariel herself is from a town called Heathsville in Virginia. She's 28 years old, as I said. On January 12th, shortly after 9 p.m., she was ending her shift at the Claraville Little Sue store. She was working that night and she was closing up the shop. And like many people, you have all your little tasks you have to do before you finish up. Okay, she was working her way through that. There was surveillance footage, and that footage right now, while it has not been released to the public, the FBI is now involved, and the FBI is looking through all of it. They have access to all this footage at this time. So at 9:05 is when things all of our stories are kind of moving forward. She went out to her car at that time. Sorry, puppy wants to come in for a second. She went out to her car at that time and decided to start her car. I suspect many of you guys know I'm in Hawaii. I'm not used to doing this, but a lot of you guys are dealing with cold. And hello, Iris. And the way you deal with the cold is you go out, you turn on your car, warm up the car, and finish things up and then head back. So she went outside at that time, started her car, came back in, and finished getting ready for things. Late for a date. Hello, by the way. And yes, I'm very, very happy FBI is now involved in this because they do bring in more resources. So after starting the car, she came back in. She finished locking up, doing everything she did. Then at 9:18, okay, we go into the next time of note. She went back outside, and during that time, she was seen talking to someone in a car, and she got into that car. Now, the police have spoken to this person who was in that car, and that person is not a suspect. They wanted everyone to realize that they are not a suspect. They are not the person who was arrested in the end or anything else, but she did go out at that time. After getting that, she went ahead and got back out of the car, turned around, went back into the store. She locked up the store and turned on the alarm to the store. The last thing she did was she grabbed the trash and took the trash out to the trash bin. As she did that, she had to walk out of the view of the camera. She has not been seen since. That was the last time she was seen, is walking with the trash bag to the trash bin. Around 4:30 the next morning, a coworker came into work and they found her car still there, idling, no one in it. Her sister, Lydia, said 2 days later, just if anybody knows anything, big, small, whatever, then let us know. Let us know something. It's getting cold. My sister's been gone for almost 2 days. Well, we're now at 5-6 days, and we have not seen her since. Her sister did make a comment at one point that morning she had actually tried contacting her sister. And, quote, "It's not pinging at all." And her phone was not in her car. Everything that would normally be in her car was there. The only thing missing was her and her cell phone. So now for all of us who are thinking, as we do here on YouTube and in the true crime community, well, where's that phone? Has it pinged anywhere? I'll be honest, there is very, very, very little information right now on this case. Okay, yes, the car was idling, and it had been idling since she left. So she had been warming it up. She just never got back to the car. Thank you, Iris. Love you, my dear. And so the police did use a canine unit. They brought them in to kind of get a feel for the area. Could they smell her? Was there any scent to follow? Anything like that? And yes, they were able to track her scent. The scent was from the dumpster, so she did make it as far as the trash bin. So she threw the trash away. However, they were able to lead the scent from the dumpsters to about 100 yards away on the road behind the convenience store. At that point, it stops. Nothing left. Okay, now what happened at that point? That's where she's gone missing. The thought is she got into a vehicle. It stops right there at the road. So she's gotten into a vehicle at that point. There's no information because, again, like I said, it's out of the camera's view at that point. So things continued on. And like I said, and what's kind of worried me with this case and why I wanted to cover this is none of us have heard anything about this case. Okay, I'm sure the neighborhood has. Yes, the neighborhood has. But what about everyone else who is usually so focused on trying to get the word out? Okay, trying to get the media to cover stuff. Because we don't know what happened at that time. Now, we're getting a little bit more, which we're going to go into next, as to there was someone else involved and all. But you never know, and you guys know how I feel here. There is always hope. There's always hope. I never give up hope, ever. Okay, it's important that someone who has disappeared like this, their picture is shared out across the country, because there are, and I hate to, and I always hate having this discussion, especially if there are family members who are watching this at some point, because my heart breaks for them as I even think about this stuff. If she is still with us and all, which is what, I have that hope and I have that belief, and I will always have that belief. But then there's other things you look at, trafficking, things like that. And you know what? That's why we need to have all of your guys' help in getting this picture out. We need you to share this. Get on Facebook and share it out to everyone that you know. Ask them to share it out to anyone they know. Okay, yes, we can sit here in true crime and talk about all the speculation and stuff like that, but you know what? She needs us to speak for her right now. And that's what we're going to continue doing. So, not much happened after that. We didn't hear much of anything. The neighborhood came together. They're trying to say, okay, people, look in your neighborhoods, look around in your, yards, things like that. If there's anyone with drones, can we get some drones up and do things on that level? And yes, Gatling, you got it exactly. And that's where I'm heading next. Is on January 15th, we had a kind of this came out of nowhere. Okay, they arrested someone. They arrested someone for her abduction. Now, how they got to this point, I don't know. I truly, honestly have no idea. The police are holding a lot of this very, very close to their vest right now. But this gentleman, I'm not going to say, you guys know me, I don't like to call someone a gentleman who is not a gentleman. This possible piece of shit okay, was arrested for her abduction. This guy's name is Tyrone N. Samuel. He is a 50-year-old, and yes, as I said, he was charged with her abduction. Not someone's abduction, but her abduction. They have connected him to this. The problem is how her sister, Lydia, states that Ariel did not know this guy. So, or at least she didn't know this perpetrator. Thank you, Sleuth Mom. That's actually much better than what I tend to call people. And also, how they came up with that, we don't know. But what does scare me is as people started looking into this person, there's a lot of, he was not a good guy. Piece of shit. Okay, good. I like the POS. And this guy is not a good guy. And it scares me even more to know that he is related to this case in any way. Okay, people have been able to pull up past charges he's had in the past, back in, and sorry, this is a little small for me, and I want to be able to see you guys in chat, but let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger so I can read it. Back in 2007, he was brought up on a charge of forcible sodomy. That occurred. There was also abduction with intent to defile. There was, again, abuse and neglect of a child in 2000s, simple assault, and another abduction with intent to file. So, yeah, piece of shit works for this guy in my eyes right now. But even more so, it scares me that he's being connected with this. This guy is no good. He was up to no good. But we have to believe that, unfortunately, there are pieces of shit like this who go out and they grab onto a woman, okay, or a man or a child with intent to, whether it is a trafficking situation or something like that, or someone even escapes and they get hurt and they don't even realize amnesia. We've seen all of these different cases before. That's why I am so big on, it's hard to, I don't like to speculate. Yes, my brain speculates all the time, but I don't want to get stuck on speculation because it's very easy to sit here and say things and just give up and say, okay, well, the police are doing everything that needs to be done. No, they need our help. They need our help in getting whatever we can. Someone may have seen something that night. Someone may have been driving through Heathsville, Virginia, and seen this gentleman with Ariel in the car and not even realized something was going on. Okay, Jilly Bear did not realize either that the place is so small. Yes, this is a small town. This is not Philadelphia. Okay, we talk about the issues in Philadelphia and stuff. That's not what this is. This is a small town. This is, I'm happy they have the FBI involved now, because when you do get smaller towns like this, a lot of times they don't know where to start. How do you start with something like this? This is something that we don't even like to acknowledge is occurring out there, much less how do you follow up with it? And so hopefully, population last recorded in 2010, thank you, Jilly Bear, 142. So this is one of those towns where people know people. Okay, there's got to be, and what Sleuth Mom said there, unfortunately, is true. Criminals have more rights than the victims. And it is true. I am all for, okay, in fact, Robbie and I've had this discussion quite a few times. People have the ability to better themselves, to change. I've seen it happen. People do. But there are some people who don't change. This is most likely a case of one of those people. And it's important, yes, people have the right to their privacy and all that, but I also think it's very important for people to have the ability to know they're safe. I've talked about this before when we're looking at children being here in Hawaii, Ariel Sellers, adopted by someone who had multiple counts of assault on him. Now a little girl is most likely, we've been told, dead, even though they can't find her. And she should never have been, because why? He had more rights than she did. And it's finding these, how do we find ways to protect people while also still giving them the chance to get better? Okay, because I've also known people who did truly get better. They realized what they were doing and they tried to become better. And people need to have that hope, if they are one of those people, that what they did in their past will not be held against them for their whole life, that they do have the chance. So there's so many different sides to so many different things, and it's just trying to find these balances for everything. How do you ensure that someone is kept safe, especially in a town like this? Okay, I don't know too much about this guy. Was he from that town? Was he not from that town? Was he known in the town? Okay, but what I can tell you right now is there is a 28-year-old girl who is missing right now. She is missing right now, and no matter, he's in jail right now. There's nothing we can do about him. There's nothing we can do about what happened that night. What we can do is get the word out that we need to find this girl. No matter where things go, there is something we can do right now. So I wanted to share that one out with everyone. There is also right now a reward out, just so everyone knows, $9,400 reward. The neighborhood, the community has come together. They've come together to make sure that people know they are in support of finding her. Okay. In many cases, a reward will speak. Okay. People, for various reasons, may not be willing to speak up until they see something like that. Okay. So there is $9,400. Her sister also made a comment, and these are the ones that remind me. These aren't just someone in a picture. It's a gorgeous picture of a gorgeous, gorgeous woman, but you know what? She's more than that picture. She's more than that one night of January 12th. Okay, as Lydia, her sister, said, that's my little sister. That's all I've got. Can you imagine how my grandma, my aunt, her nephews feel? Man, it's like we're living in a nightmare now. Those are the things we forget about. When we're coming in here and we're having these discussions and stuff like that, we forget these are real people, no matter what. They're real people that have real emotions, and they miss their sister, their daughter, their granddaughter, their auntie. And what we're doing is helping, but we need to make sure that they have that chance to have, whether it be bring someone home, justice, peace, depending on the story. We're talking so many different things. We've been lucky this last week. Last week, we had one day where I found 3 different people we had talked about on this channel had been found. All one day. It was the greatest day I had felt in I don't know how long. That here we were, because you guys and what you've done here are making the difference. Okay, and that's one reason why I wanted to mention this. People a lot of times will be like, well, what's that one picture doing? How is it going to help by sharing it? And Sleuth Mom's the one who opened my eyes to this. And I talked about this on a recording last week, earlier this week, and I wanted to say it again here. I created these thumbnails for one reason. I wanted a way people could go and take a picture of the thumbnail, okay, and just send that thumbnail. They don't have to forward things. They don't have to do anything. They can just share. Everything's right there. They don't have to write anything out. I did one for someone who went on an Amber Alert last week. And Amber Alert went out, and I did one real quickly. We came here and talked and all, and the young boy was found, What was amazing, though, is the next morning I got a message from Sleuth Mom. This thumbnail that I had made for that person had been picked up by a radio station. Now, why did that make me so happy in a way? It's because I realized what you guys are doing by sharing this. You guys, and KK, you're going to be learning how to make these exactly. You guys sharing these things, we think because we don't live nearby and we can't go searching out on the road and we can't go be part of a search party or something like that, that we can't make that difference. You guys did, because someone out there shared that thumbnail and then it got shared to someone else and someone else. And next thing you knew, a local news station, radio station picked it up and was like, oh, here, we're going to share it out too. So for those of you who often, and I talk to people all the time, it's like, yeah, I feel like I want to help with things, but I don't know how I can help. That's helping. So that's all. Hey, Christola. So I just wanted to reiterate to you guys, please keep doing these things. It seems we have a word in Hawaii, manini, small. It seems like such a manini thing, such a small thing to have to just send something out and that it can make a difference. But what if Ariel is in another city, another state, and you send a thumbnail with her picture to someone who happens to be driving down the highway and see her in a car with someone else? You've seen, look at how Gabby was found. Look at how all these things happen. It's because social media is giving us that ability. So please, please take the moment to be their voice. And so Ariel is still being looked for. Like we said, yes, someone is in custody, but she has not been found. She needs us to help find her. Okay, she is 28 years old. She was last seen on the 12th of this month. So less than a week ago in Heathsville, Virginia. She's 5'8" and 170 pounds. She's got black hair, which she has utilized a wig in the past. Now, whether or not she would have that at this point is a different issue. She has hazel eyes, gorgeous hazel eyes, like I mentioned earlier. She has multiple tattoos. I don't have more information on the other tattoos, and if I do hear more updated stuff, I will let everyone know. But one of those tattoos is a rose that's going up her right thigh. So it's definitely something that would be recognizable. I agree, Crystal. It's so refreshing to see how many people are being found recently. And it's because people are pulling together and doing this stuff. So yes, I agree, girl. She was last seen wearing a black Nike hoodie with blue jeans and brown Ugg boots. If anyone has any information that night, okay, maybe the next day, maybe anytime since then, maybe you've heard something. If you live in the area and you've heard something or something like that, please take the moment to call the Northumberland County Sheriff's Office. A lot of times we think, again, that good old Manini word, we think what we have in our head is such a Manini thing. Oh, police probably know about that already. Well, you know what? Let the police decide that. Because you know what? Maybe someone else hasn't shared that information yet. So consider just share that. The worst they can do is say, oh, no, yeah, we knew about that, but thank you. And but you've now taken a step forward. Please call them if you have any information whatsoever. For the rest of you, if you could just real quickly, okay, go back. I will, when this is up, you will have the thumbnail. Okay, without my mug on it, you will have the thumbnail. Go in there, screenshot that, or go ahead and hit share if you want to just share out the whole video, and send it out to people. Okay, you never know when you're going to hit that right person. As I have said before, we talk about different people. The whole focus of this channel is to bring the stories of people who are missing that no one knows about to the public's eye. That's what this whole thing is about right now. Hopefully in the next couple weeks, next couple days to weeks, more people are going to know about Ariel. And all those people who were typing in twos earlier saying, no, I've never heard this girl's name, it's going to become less and less. If you go to other people's channels that like to talk about missing people, mention Ariel. Okay, let other content creators know about her and see if they'd be willing to help share her picture out. There's a bunch of different, I have a couple of the thumbnails of the wanted poster, the missing posters they can share out. So please do that. Also, if any of you know of anyone who is missing right now, no matter how small, no matter how big, please let me know. We want to get their story out. We've got a whole group of us now who are out there trying to get their stories. Sleuth Mom, Moms for Missing. We've got so many other people that are sharing stories. So if you can please let us know, if you can email me at thelokomilife@gmail.com, let me know who it is, okay, that is missing. And if you have any information, I can do the rest of the research for you. You don't need to do all that stuff. Just share a name and we'll get their word out. We'll get the word out about them. And thank you guys. I mean, because you guys are making a difference. We had like I said, Amber Alert last week. In the middle of us talking about it here, the child was found. It was the greatest feeling ever. And also, thank you guys so much. And let me know if you know of anyone. We can be their voice, and we will continue to be their voice, and we're going to make a difference. Make sure you add the phone numbers when you share. Please add their phone numbers so people can make your phone call, because in the end, it's that phone call that's going to make the difference. Thank you. Thank you about that, Sleuth Mom. So thanks again, all of you guys. I will see you later this week with some more people. Hopefully we can start sharing more and more pictures and names and stories out. Thank you all so much. Hashtags. I've got a bunch of hashtags. Thank you, Sleuth Mom. I'm loving this, and that's why I'm not finishing it up, because she's getting some great information in here. I've got a bunch of hashtags in the description. So if you need hashtags for Ariel, please take a look in the description, because they're all listed right there. So love all you guys, and I will talk to you later. I hope you guys had a great Monday. I hope you have an amazing week, and I will talk to you later. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye, and aloha.